everyone, I hope you're all doing well. I am freezing. I just looked outside and it is snowing again. I'm so over the snow. I'm supposed to be living in a place that has like 325 days of sunshine, and I feel like since November on, all it's been is snow, and I'm over it. I'm done with it. Let's get the sun back so I can feel like my normal self again and not just completely closed in into my house. Anyway, today we're going to be talking about skincare because it is the #1 concern of most of my clients. So I am a photographer and no one wants to show up to their shoot with a constellation happening on their face. I completely get it. I was the same way for my senior graduation, for my college graduation, and for my wedding. Like, having nice skin is so important when it comes to photos. And I know that all that stuff can be edited out and processed. Like, that is what I do. That is what I tell my clients is if you're having a bad skin day, don't worry about it, can fix it in post. But it's really important going into a photo shoot that you feel your best and most beautiful and most confident, because that's really going to radiate out into the photos. Like, you don't want to go into a photo shoot feeling just completely crappy about yourself. Like, it doesn't matter if it can be fixed in post, you're not going to be able to fix that smile in post. Does that make sense? I think it does. I decided that I would kind of just go through my top tips and tricks that I give to all my clients and then show some of the things I use along the way. That way, hopefully I can keep this video way under like 15 minutes. I'm going to try. I'm not sure how well it's going to work out, but still give you guys something that's super helpful, that helps me, that's helped most of my clients and most of my friends. First tip would be that start your skincare regimen as soon as possible. Don't wait to do it, especially if you are a senior getting ready for a prom season, getting ready for your senior session, and especially for my brides. Like, I cannot stress enough, start your regimen ASAP. So for my brides and for my seniors who kind of know exactly ahead of time when their sessions are going to happen, I suggest starting anywhere from 3 to 6 months ahead of time. This gives you the most amount of time to get your regimen in place, make sure that you're implementing it regularly, but also some skin issues can take a long time to fix, anywhere from 2 to 3 months. So if you put it off in the back burner and do it last minute, you still may be having skin issues that don't get resolved. So my second tip would be to go see a dermatologist if you can. So a lot of insurance companies will actually go ahead and include dermatologists into your plan. So you can go ahead and see them for no additional cost other than your copay if you have to pay a copay with your insurance. But dermatologists, that's all they do is work with skin. So I know when I was having pityriasis rosea, I went to see a dermatologist and they were able to help me with the rash problems that I was having, but they were able to help me with some scarring issues that I was having on my face too. I've never really had drastic acne, but because of the pityriasis rosea, I did have scarring around my face and on my neck and on my back and whatnot, and they were able to help with that in ways that like my regular doctor was never able to help with, and no beauty company would ever been able to help me with. And so making an appointment with a dermatologist ASAP is just going to really be able to help you figure out what the best regimen is going to be for you, especially if you have cystic acne. Like, I don't think there's any other way you're really going to be able to treat that, even if you're using a clinical product, unless you go to a dermatologist and figure out an exact plan to get that figured out. Tip number 3 would be to make sure you take care of your inside. And I feel like that's so cliche to say. I feel like everyone's saying, you know, if you want your skin to look good, you have to make sure you're good on the inside. But it's so true, and it's something people really ignore. So it's winter time right now, and I know a lot of people aren't drinking as much water as they should be. But in the winter time is actually the time where you are more likely to get dehydrated, and that's because it is so dang dry. Like, you don't think about it being dry when it's snowing outside, but especially for me, I'm living in a desert climate, and so the moisture just gets zapped out of my skin, out of my hair, if I'm not drinking enough water, because honestly that water is going to more vital organs. And so making sure that you do have enough water in your system so it can get to your skin and help just put a suppleness back into your skin is so important. Along the lines of water is making sure you have a well-balanced diet. So I'm a vegetarian, and I feel that for the most part I do eat quite healthy. I eat mainly vegetables and fruits just because that's my preference, but I'm not gonna lie, there's some days where all I want to do is binge on like Cheetos Puffs and crackers and just eat things that aren't really getting any nutrients inside of my body. So making sure that you do have the nutrients and the vitamins that you need is really going to reflect in your skin and just bring out a suppleness and a brightness and a softness that would not be there if you weren't having all the nutrition that you need. Side note, I enjoy these multivitamins here for those times where I start to get on my junk food kick. It just kind of ensures that I get all of the nutrition that I need for the day. So my next tip would be, do not touch your face with your hands if you do not have to. And I know this is hard for me because I talk with my hands and move my hands a lot, and I like put my hands all over the place. But as a microbiologist, what I learned is your hands are kind of your satellites for the world. And as you kind of put your feelers out there, you pick up a lot of microbiome and a lot of grime and a lot of dirt just all in the grooves of your fingertips. See, I just touched my hands right now. But, you know, germs aren't bad necessarily, but if you're the type of person who has oily skin and you got a lot of sebum going on, and then you're touching your hands to your face all the time and you're getting that grime on there, you're just creating a catalyst for acne to spew. And so I generally try to not touch my face unless I have an itch going on or something's in my face, but I try not to put my hands on my face a lot. That's including when I'm cleaning. So I like to use tools when I clean my face. So this is just my little cheap Sonic cleanser that I picked up like at Rite Aid for like $20 or $30, something around that line, and it's made of silicone, so I do not have to worry about porous little openings for bacteria to crawl into, and it's really easy to clean. It dries really fast, so it's a really hostile environment for bacteria. And I can just put my cleanser on here and rub it on my face and be done with it. This also works really good for oils that I like to put on my face as well. And I have this little sponge thingy here that I got from Sephora. This was not what I thought it was gonna be, but I do not regret getting the wrong thing at all. This gets about 50% larger than what it actually is once you wet it. It has vitamin E and grapeseed oil in it, and it has a little exfoliant, though I don't remember. I think it may be green tea that they're using, green tea leaves that they're using for an exfoliant inside of here. I honestly don't remember, but I remember it being advertised as really healthy for the skin. That's all I can tell you right now. But anyway, what I like to do is after I use my Sonic cleanser to soap up my face, I will wet this and then use this to kind of exfoliate and wipe that off of my face, kind of like what you do with your hands like this, but I'll do it with the sponge. The last tool that I like to use is just a standard old foundation brush. It's nothing special. This is just an old Real Technique one. I got this like for $7, something like that at Walgreens. Again, nothing fancy. When I like to use this for a mask or when I'm putting on face creams so that I don't have to actually touch my face, just dip this in the pot, spread it evenly across my face, and then wash it off so I don't get product buildup or dirt buildup in here. So finding the best cleansers for you is, I think, one of the most important things that you can do for just overall skincare. And it took me a long time to find cleansers that I really like. So I have combination skin. I really only get oily at the top of my cheeks. Well, pretty much anywhere you want to highlight is the areas where I get super oily. Cleaner that I've been using the longest. My mom actually put me onto this. It's the Clear Complexion by Aveeno. I love this cleanser because it has salicylic acid in it. Salicylic acid. I've always had a hard time saying that name. But basically what salicylic salicylic acid does is help control sebum production in your face, but it also kind of kills some of the bad bacteria that you have in your face, so you're not really breaking out as much. And so this is a godsend for anyone who's having a lot of acne problems. This is going to help you out a lot, and is not that expensive. I believe it's like $10 at Walmart, and you get 5 ounces of it, so it lasts me a really long time. I would say this lasts me about 6 months, 6 to 8 months. I would say about a last. My other tip is it's so important to make sure that you're getting all your makeup off from the day. And I know sometimes we get so tired, and like facial cleansers, you know, may not do the best job of getting off all the makeup, and so you're like, ugh, you know, I just want to go to sleep, but you really do need to make sure you get it all off, which is why I think using a micellar cleaner is really important after you use your regular cleaner. Now, this is just the one I have on hand. I feel like, honestly, any micellar cleaner that is a true micellar cleaner will do the trick for you, but this is just the one that I bought at first because it's the first one I saw, and you know, I might try out a different one once this runs out. But basically what a micellar cleaner is it's going to break down the lipids in your makeup, which is going to break them apart and make them come off your face. And so making sure you have one of these just to kind of cleanse your face afterward, and making sure everything is off your face so it doesn't get sunk into your pores, I feel is really important, just to make sure that you have a nice fresh face when you're going to bed, and not kind of just letting it settle and sink into your face. So face masks are another thing that I'm completely addicted to. I'm thinking that maybe I should just do a completely another video on just face masks and how to pamper yourself with them. Because I had like 3 or 4 that I wanted to show you guys. But like I said, I'm trying to keep the video short, and so I'm only going to show you this one, which is the Shea Moisture Black African Black Soap Cleanser or Clarifying Mud Mask. I feel like whenever my face is just looking just completely busted, I'll put out this stuff, put it on my face, and it works freaking wonders. Like, I cannot sing the praises of this stuff enough. This is the only mask I really used to prep myself, to prep my face for my wedding. It's the one that I suggested to all my bridesmaids, and they all just loved it too. It also uses tea tree oil, which is known to be a natural antiseptic. It has African Black Soap, which is also a natural antiseptic. It has shea butter, which is also a natural antiseptic. And it also has salicylic acid, which is great for combating acne. And so it just really has everything you need to clarify your face and just get all that dirt and grime out of your pores, so you can move on with a nice, beautiful, fresh face. But like what's typical of black soap is it does dry your skin out once you pull it out, so you really do need to be putting a moisturizer back onto your face. Speaking of needing to add oil and moisturizers back to your face, again, I have a lot of moisturizers that I really like and recommend, but I'm just gonna go ahead and share this oil here. This is the one from Nude, which is a line that I was introduced to by one of my bridesmaids as a gift for my bridal shower, and I just fell in love with everything that they had. They make really good skincare products, and I feel like they make skincare products for a wide range of people. That works for a lot of people and a lot of skin types. Oh right, fun times, the camera cut out. But anyway, so I feel like, although I feel like this is definitely moving into the makeup realm, that talking about primers is kind of important. One of the things that I find with a good primer is that it helps kind of locks the moisture into your skin. So whenever I'm going barefaced, I'll moisturize, but then I'll make sure that I put a primer that I like on top of my face, just to kind of, you know, make my skin look nice, smooth, and even without putting heavy makeup on, but also to just lock that moisture in place. Anyway, so especially for my brides who are traveling a lot, I know that I was traveling all over the place when I was getting ready to get married, and for my own job I do travel a lot, either in planes or trains or cars, like literally any mode of transportation I'm on it for work. And so what I found to help my skin kind of rejuvenate from the stress of traveling, because traveling does take a toll like on your face, I really love using these sheet masks. This is from Studio 35 Beauty. I find these at Walgreens. I haven't really seen them anywhere else. But this is the facial brightening mask, and it's literally just a sheet, and I just go ahead and not empty this, but rip it open, put it over my face, and just kind of sit there with it on my face for about 10 to 15 minutes. And then I pull it off and wipe the excess, not juices, residue onto my face and let it soak in, and my face just feels so nice and refreshed. And also it's kind of like a pick-me-up, you know, on those long trips you get really tired of sitting in the same place, and so it's kind of a pick-me-up and just re-energizer for me. I'm finally at the end, and this felt like ever. I didn't feel like I would get here with this video. I struggled so much because, like I said, I am not used to being on this side. I'm used to face-to-face communication, so talking to what I use to do my job is kind of awkward for me. But I'm here to the end. This is my lifesaver. The first video I ever made was talking about this stuff. This was back in 2009, and I'm still in love with this product today. I still use it. It's the best thing ever, especially for my clients. If after trying all these tips and tricks I was telling you to help prepare yourself and your face to make sure it's nice and beautiful for your shoot, and the day of you still have a pimple and you've tried everything before your shoot to get rid of that pimple and it still won't go away, this is your lifesaver here. All this is pretty much is salicylic acid. So it will burn on your pimple and it will not feel comfortable. Just quick warning for you for that. But what this will do is reduce the size of the pimple that's on your face, and in some cases, if it's a small pimple, it'll get rid of it completely, and it works quite fast. This works anywhere from 10 to 20 minutes, and so I always keep this in my photography bag as well for my clients, along with some Q-tips so that it doesn't really cross-contaminate, and I can just open this up, put it on the Q-tip like that, and then put it on their pimple wherever, ooh, it's squirting, but put it on their pimple wherever it may be. Let it sit, kind of let them get into the mood and comfortable with themselves, and then they can see like, oh my gosh, it's almost. So we actually got through this. This was all the tips and tricks that I had to help get a nice, clear, fresh face for your photography. If this helped you out, please thumbs up and let me know. If you have any questions, please let me know. I would love to answer them. I love answering photo questions, and I actually got a couple questions from you guys, which I was surprised. I didn't think I'd get any questions from here, but I did get some questions, and so I think I will focus on that for the next video that I do, is answering some of those questions that I got from people on the interwebs. But yeah, that was it. Thank you for enduring my awkwardness as I try. Oh my gosh, really? Why do you keep... So anyway, I'm surprised I finally got through this video. Didn't think I would be able to. So hard for me for like, I do not know why. But if this was helpful for you, please let me know by liking and subscribing. Leave me a comment below. If you have any questions, go ahead and contact me. You can contact me through here. You can contact me through my business email. I love answering questions, especially about getting ready for photos and just how to prepare yourself to look your best and something you're going to remember forever that's going to showcase who you are as a person. If this is a little bit too rambly for you, please forgive me. Like I said, I have ADHD. Can hardly speak because I speak too fast, but I'm working on it. I'm trying. Anyway, I hope this was helpful for you, and I will see you the next time I do something like this. Bye! Going to be a good kitty? Are you going to... No, you're not going to be a good kitty?